Ba 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 ba. Hello, hello, and welcome to a another exciting episode of the Super Bunny Hop Super Poverty Fight stream, where I'm gonna briefly turn the compressor for audio ducking off. Yeah, there we go. Now we got some nice background music. Um, that clip That clip of me, let me just lower that for a bit. That clip of me being in Japanese television is getting funnier and funnier every time I watch it. Or at least every time I've watched it in the past 3 weeks. Um, I've been watching some old black and white Japanese movies inspired by Hideo Kojima's Criterion Closet collection. I watched my first Ozu movie a few nights ago, and I fell asleep halfway through and woke up for the final act after being really into it after the first act, and somehow that felt like how you're supposed to watch it. Yeah, just spending about 3 hours or so listening to. Oh, and then I also watched what was it? Blue Pearl, The Blue Pearl. That was wonderful. Both movies had fairly simplistic Japanese language, as I remember. I got a decent enough grasp of the clueless white person tourist Japanese that I would need to know to ask, like, Doku wa desu ka, the toire. Anyways, basic greetings and honorisms. I think I got that word wrong too. But I don't know. I felt like a 7-year-old child relearning language all over again for at least a few hours, and that's a nice feeling every now and then. When I rewatched this time, everyone's like charisma and charm of the comedians that they were cutting into for their reaction footage just seemed like so much more easy to enjoy and giggle at and laugh along with them at the some of the funnier things going on that we really were truly clueless white people tourists about. The first line of which is that they think it's really funny that we say we're going to Mount Fuji, because that's what all the clueless white tourists were saying on the sequence when they were editing it beforehand. You might need a bit of context to get that joke, but it's almost like the what's the opposite of a non sequitur joke? A deja sequitur joke where the repetition is what's funny. But yeah, anyways, we're playing Metal Gear Acid, one of the underappreciated cult classics of the Metal Gear Solid cinematic universe. Let me just unpause this totally legit PlayStation portable game and close the background music. It's a little loud on my end. Let me turn it a little bit lower. Oh, the compressor should actually be coming back on for ducking. Let me just turn that on. Boop! Yeah, there we go. Now it should be more manageable on your end, but it's still a little quiet. I mean, loud, the opposite of quiet on my end. We're going to play at 20% volume tonight. Let's increase the, yeah, there we go. Should be good. We're gonna play at 26% volume tonight because, oh, I really need to chill out. And I'm just feeling so excited and mentally active and buzzing with a trillion different human thoughts going in so many directions at one point that, sitting back and relaxing and enjoying a nice silly video game for if only but 3 hours is going to feel like such a beautifully delicious, indulgent mental treat. Oh man, I am in a you're only the upper left. Oh yeah, I should have fixed it by now. We have full screen. Imagine if playing MGSS was taking acid. I don't think it will be. This is some kind of demo mode cutscene thing. Oh my gosh, what is this artwork that they're looking like? Should I actually be watching this? I think I should be pressing the any button instead. Now, for those of you who know what PPSSPP is there some kind of setting I should set here? What are the necessary good settings? It sounds like every now and then I hear the audio frame skip a bit, as is typical emulator fashion. But another thing going on is it feels like there might be some kind of input lag. We're definitely going to leave those other two options unchecked, but the famously ambiguous sometimes Metal Gear Solid input buffers just seem like they're on a different wavelength here. But yeah, I'm not going to talk during the cutscenes, if that's how this thing works. I was testing things out earlier to make sure that the frame rate and controls were pretty alright. Should be fine out of the box. Yeah, I know that there's some really awesome options, though. It handles upscaling and enhancements really well. And I went ahead and ticked the one that is supposed to simulate a 60 frames per second experience. They call it 60 hertz because I guess the emulator is trying to retain the same game logic going on underneath the hood, which might be why it felt laggy to my fingers navigating the menu here. But hopefully the visuals that we'll get will be smooth. But then again, for a turn-based... For a turn-based card battle or action game, I don't think frame rate's gonna matter that much. Now, another thing that I'd really like to chill out over and not think about too much is this leaking problem I've been having in my bathroom over the course of the whole entire weekend and even a huge chunk of my Monday. I have spent hours over the past 72 hours tossing out buckets of water in and out of a leak in the bathroom, tossing towels in and out of the spot under the bucket in the bathroom. And this thing went on and on and on and on before they finally got a plumber in here that I think is got it figured out. I'm gonna go run to the bathroom real quick and check this thing out again. But after going through 3 days of that stuff, there is a certain sort of mindset that develops from it where you're constantly worried about the bathroom, like constantly worried, because that bucket was filling up in like less than 10 minute intervals. And I recorded and documented a bunch of that. Alrighty. That's one heck of a leak or one very small bucket. It's both. The leak was coming in through my ventilation shaft, so I had to put a very small container that was able to fit inside a ventilation shaft to get it out. However, for certain periods throughout Monday, from a stretch of the early afternoon, the leak was coming in pretty hard. It was coming in fast, but I didn't let it bring me down. I got it. And honestly, I feel better than I have in a long, long while. Woo! Okay, then I am a little weird. Okay, steady pace. We will see how I handle it, because at first glance, oh yeah, there he is up there. I wonder if we could sharpen this low resolution asset somehow. He like his head looks too small for the rest of his anatomy. We'll see. We'll see how I handle it, but this is going to be a little magical. I'm really in the mood to sit back and enjoy a wonderful game. And I haven't played this before, so it'll be my first. I usually play games I've played a gazillion times before on these Metal Gear Mondays, but this will be the first time in a long while I will have played a first. I don't think we have voice acting in this one. My Coast Guard. I wonder if there's a way I can speed this up. I'm gonna try O. I'm gonna try square. I'm gonna try triangle. I'm gonna try repeatedly pressing X. Nothing. I don't think we can speed this up. Whoa! Oh, did I just, yeah, I accidentally just pressed the fast forward button in PPSSPP. Reset. Continue. Oh, and I suppose I can also turn the S counter. Go hit up that menu. Second. So I gotta remember not to mash those, triggers until I understand the game logic a lot more. How do I hit the graphics menu? This is how I do it. I was gonna stop. Any chance at all they port this for Master Collection V2? You know, maybe. For Master Collection V2, they really have to, if they can't, no, I'll keep that one and turn this one off. If they can't port over Metal Gear Solid 4 because of all the console-specific PS3 stuff going on with that one, then the chances of acid being included go up, right? They may have to scrape the barrel a bit to account for that missing chunk, and considering what a technical pain in the ass it might be to port it over, I think there's a chance it might not make it. Are the bumpers safe to hit? Who here knows about PPSSPP hotkeys? Silk powder. Wonder what that is. Alright, and what's that clipping that just happened on the left of the frame? Is that a setting I need to change? HRT. Is there a way to speed these dialogue boxes up? And I am not in control here. I remember experimenting. Oh boy. This is meant to be seen on a portable screen. These numbers are huge. They're filling up the whole ratio here. This looks complicated. So, they're doing this Final Fantasy Tactics thing where the game plays itself and you're supposed to get some kind of tutorial lesson from getting blasted with the game logic on your first time through, and I don't really know if it works. But I think it's really cool how they are simulating a lot of the same game logic from their Metal Gear Solid, the real games. I guess we're supposed to learn that she just wasted some ammo, I guess? And that it costs 4 to end a turn? Oh. A floating, rotating basketball that's like black and gray is your cursor, okay? What did that mean? Did that hallway have gas on it that I couldn't really see? The music kind of sounds like the leftovers from Noriko. Was that the name of the Metal Gear Solid 2 composer who did the non-Harry Gregson Williams tracks? It sounds like that kind of really intense early 2000s Sega Fiesta, Sega Dreamcast kind of drum and bass video game music. I love how they cycle in and out of that walk animation. These are almost Metal Gear Solid 2 level assets. The environments don't have near the same quality art direction, but the amount of texture detail and polygon detail I'm seeing is at least competitive with the PlayStation 2, with the early PlayStation 2. By the way, didn't this come out in 2004, or am I off on my on that year for some reason? This is Roger. Roger, this is Roger. Okay, so that's the snake design we're talking about. He's a lot younger. His eyes are a little bigger. But something about the face might be too bullet shaped. Yeah, I don't think he's angular and square enough to really get me swooning over the male beauty like I sometimes do with some shots of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake. Also, is it just me, or is the part on the top of his hair a bit too, like, thick here? He kind of looks more like Ego Raptor than he looks like the Solid Snake I have in my head. Pythagoras. They're gonna... Snake! They're gonna force everyone to eat beans! Conducted at the libido physics. Alright. Well, the names are fun. Just before we sent in HRD. The acronyms are fun. Fleming. So, one thing I'm already having a hard time adjusting to is the small screen. I wonder actually if this could benefit from maybe a ½ an inch of black borders, because my eyeballs are having to do some, like, I'm having to spin some, burn some eyeball calories moving my eyeballs up and down like this. So let me just scoot back. Fleming, that's so cute. No, it hasn't. Move the cursor to the Genome Soldier card. I'm wondering what the deal is with the Genome Soldier card being associated with movement. Am I... Okay, I am controlling things. Weapon... Character. Movement card. Can move 4 blocks. Why are they associating 4 units of movement? Equip... Oh, that must mean move the card instead of move the character. Genome Soldier movement card can move 4 blocks. That's it. Right there is fine. Great job, Snake. I like how it's also, the compass is also a cardboard box. That's so cute. Oh, oopsie doopsie, wrong button. Not there, Snake. Move to this spot. Do you get it yet? Yes, yes, one moment. Right there is fine. That just sounds so casual for whoever this kind of person's supposed to be. Crawl. Oh. Alright, there's also a stripe running across the screen. Some kind of color banding. Is that what that's called? At a higher resolution than you're meant to see. It might have been an artifact that was there all along, but covered up. Oh! I love those footstep sounds. Those are some good footsteps. I gotta get Eddie in my lap. Vigo Hawk. Hotch? That's a reference I don't get. What is that reference? Who in chat knows what that reference could be? He turned at a 90-degree angle. That's so cute. Why are we using Greenwich time? Also, this is long. I don't know if it's quite as fun without more movement on the screen and voice acting, but I'm still open-minded. Beto Island. Snake, the libido mine is corporate controlled. Corporate controlled, huh? What corporation? The biggest corporation. They couldn't fit a lot of text on that screen, could they? Why do I feel like Peace Walker had more efficient text layout? Probably because I was playing the HD version. Oh, he's in Alaska. For some reason, I thought he might have been on top of a mountain in Africa. But no, this is supposed to totally be Alaska. Okay, so we have to save the presidential candidate who's gonna save America. I can dig it. Somehow that feels like a more politically agreeable cliche goal for an American action hero sort of setup than save the president. Like, you're not necessarily saving the status quo, you're saving the opportunity for change. That's inspiring. Let me tab over to chat real quick and see if I'm missing anything fun. Wait, oh no, did they shoot his dogs in some other Metal Gear Solid game? I don't remember that. Saving the concept of fair and free elections, right? Like, imagine if a president was about to get assassinated, but super secret special ops cool guy agent saved the day. I feel like that would, unless it was all staged in a lie, unless it was all a staged false flag conspiracy lie, I feel like that would be an inspiring show of making sure that no political candidates get assassinated at just the right time, which might be very important to, like, feel some little bit of reassurance about right now these days. Pim's Crypt says, I assume this game is called Acid because it's a freaking trip. I don't know, so far it's just been a little cartoonier than the usual Metal Gear Solid. Not exactly a psychedelic sort of trip experience. The game's tutorial is enough to get started. Oh, you can't see the compass. Are we cropped correctly? Oh no, my my webcam thing's in the way. Well, if it's only covering up the compass, I feel like if I might move my webcam box, it might cover up something important. So we're gonna have to pick and choose which one. All right, I think I'm kind of sort of caught up. I want to get back into this. I'm almost immersed. Climbing ladders is just like moving. You know what I'm gonna do real quick? I'm gonna go run to the bathroom and just, you know, catch up on things. I don't want to feel any bodily discomfort while trying to be immersed in a good video game tonight. Ah, yes. Ah, yes, yes. It sure does feel nice and reassuring to have a fully functioning, normal bathroom. It's the little things in life that really get me going these days. You don't know what you got till it's gone. And then when you get to enjoy it again for at least one little moment, it's all the more sweeter. Body armor. When moving. What does that have to do with climbing ladders, though? Right. Okay. Right. Okay, Now, why did equip move? I'm gonna try moving. Why is Roger mad at me? Oh, I wasn't, oh. 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 What? Okay, so why did I use the Genome Soldier card last time? What's the difference between using the Genome Soldier to move versus pressing that move button? Are you sure? Right? Speaking my language, buddy. Front evade level 1? Support. Okay. Rhea, 50% equipped to use. What does Rhea mean? Okay. Is that a joke about how this game's audience might be a little younger than the regular Metal Gears? I believe these were also, E-rated, right? The portable Metal Gears typically tend to feel a little lower, right? Not as sudden as he's making it sound. Oh, that's the camera. The D-pad's not doing much. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Body armor's gone. Wait, let me look at how different these numbers are. Guessing that the big black number in the upper right corner is how many uses I got. That might have been what he was talking about. And there's a clock, paperwork icon. I guess there's no other targets. Jesus! Do you really have to shoot it 4 times? You have proven your infiltrate. Oh, it passed. I have proven my infil. That's good. That's good to know. Nice compliment. Pat on the back. Could always use one of those. Uh-oh, I all of a sudden feel my heartbeat. Please. I am more than ready to walk in a different direction than forwards. Get this going for real. Astral projection? Oh good, the feds are never wrong. So I guess Snake is already... It is interesting that this Snake seems more skeptical about magic psychic powers than the Metal Gear Solid Snake. When the Metal Gear Solid Snake has supernatural encounters with magic psychic powers, he goes, "What the hell?" And then after that initial reaction, he seems like he's... I mean, maybe not comfortable with it, but he's at least accepting it and not really questioning reality. Wait, just in case what? This reminds me of Winback. Oh, that was a title drop? Okay. Was that supposed to be more dramatic than it kind of was? Alright, now am I playing game? That weird squeezy noise. Oh, thank you. Yes, I've been looking for that. Also, the music, the menu feels more responsive than the title menu. Oh, it looks like a PlayStation 3 interface. That's cute. Alright, 3, 6, 9, 18. Do we have 18 levels? And there's a timer. Total time, 27 minutes. 27 minutes! Come on now. 18 seems a little low. I wonder if you unlock extra levels or something later on. Oh, okay. So left trigger is going to be the emulator meta menu. Right trigger is fast forward, which might be useful for turn-based stuff. Right stick I don't think's doing anything. D-pad's not doing anything here. Okay, I guess we press circle a couple times. Oh, now D-pad's not doing anything, but D-pad was required to move forward from forest to laboratory. Ba-dum, boom, boom. Let's save state, I'm paranoid. No! No! Oopsie whoopsie. Well, at least I know how to fast forward now. And definitely turn that skip on. We're not gonna take 20 minutes this time. Back. New game. And save state. Okay, that's how that works. Good lord, this goes on. I'm mashing buttons, but I accidentally mashed the triggers, and that's no good. Yeah, right. Do. Oops. Sorry, there was like an input buffer. Give me a break, Roger. Roger is too normal of a name. I'm just gonna mash Circle. Look at how long this takes. This isn't like, Mamma mia. The, it isn't like the cutscenes in the sense that they're, like, kind of fun to watch for how long they take. These do not feel nearly as fun to watch. What was I doing here? Right. Oh yeah, this thing like didn't really come into play for the tutorial. So it is a weird tutorial that they're not explaining what moving 2 squares to the ladder and climbing it would have to do with body armor. I guess it's sort of a card game in the sense that the artwork they're using on the card doesn't necessarily have to make super perfect sense. Boom, 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 boom. The music's not bad. The music's not bad at all. Okay, now we're gonna SOCOM the lock. This is gonna be funny. Yeah! We didn't even hear the shots. Wish I could hold the button down to auto-skip these. But yeah, see how kind of anticlimactic these angles and his posing are for, in the background for how dramatic that title drop is. I feel like that title drop would have been more appropriate when the dolls are terrorizing the plane hijacking. That was a bit of a shocker. That is also like a, oh, maybe I could have just loaded the normal save game instead of having to fast forward through all that again. Anyways, it didn't take that long the second time. But yeah, the title drop was really anticlimactic. It's fine though, I still have an open mind. Also, it's got a good sense of fun to it so far. There's some magic. I am feeling a bit of magic and it's nice. It's so nice to feel magic again. What's going on with my brain? Did I, like, find the cure to depression or something here? Under such circumstances. Oops. I definitely prefer this text speed versus the other. Alright. Can we move the top-down camera? But what about around the corner? Can we, like, use the camera to peek around corner? I love that. Metal Gear Solid 2, or no, Metal Gear Solid 3 style stick camera control. So this is maybe the second game in my life that has this kind of camera control, and I love it. Every time I see the camera do this stuff when I play a game, my heart tingles. Yeah, my heart tingles. It gets all tingly in my heart. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. So let's equip this front evade just in case I need to invade. Oh wait, no, we don't want to. We don't want to intern. We also don't really want to discard. Let's go back. Yeah, there we go. Equip. Okay. In case we need to evade someone from the front. In case we get hit with bullets. What is the iconography I'm looking at though? Rest 0 to 2. Punch, discard, system. System might be useful to look at for now. Save. Yeah. Oh man, I could play pop poops like this. Oh, I didn't know it would bring it back to the menu. Continue. Yes. Haha. But yeah, it looks like I cannot play anything from this hand, so we will move. We just spent a turn doing nothing but preparing, but that's gonna pay off later. So yeah, what is the special thing about the Genome Soldier? maybe don't tell me right away, and maybe I shouldn't alt-tab to Twitch chat to check, because video gaming is a very experiential medium where we're trying and failing to turn trial and error can teach you some interesting narrative lessons. So is there any collecting of equipment if they just give you this random hand of equipment every turn? What am I doing? What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. No, we're definitely crawling under this hole. Does that mean that, like, Snake is ready to carry that weapon? Like, this is what happens when you're playing Metal Gear Solid and you hold the trigger buttons and the menu comes up with your equipment and you gotta think about it. And then when you pick a piece of equipment, you kind of gotta commit to it for a little while. Is that what we're simulating here? That's really smart. That's cool. That's cute. I love it. Okay, crawl. Now, are we able to move again? Oh, no, we're not. Interesting. Wait. I also appreciate that visibility concerns are at play. Yeah, Genome Soldier can move 4 block. So let's count out how many we get with the others. 1, 2. Huh. How do I undo? How do I make Snake like go backwards? 1, 2. And Genome Soldier. 1, 2. What? Movement card can move 4 block. 1, 2. I don't know if I understand fully, but I'll get it eventually. Is there anything in here? I mean, if I was playing a real Metal Gear game, I'd want to check for items. How do I get Snake's view? Oops. Oh, let's definitely not load that state. Move. Guess we can't move anymore. So I guess that's a hiding spot if I get in trouble, is what's going on with that. Bom 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 bom. Bom 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 bom. Oh man, moving this camera around to a turn-based rhythm feels really cool. Dun 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 dun. Okay, good. I get to keep the ones from the previous turn. Dun 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 dun. Let's put as much distance between me and that guard and stay facing them just in case. We're gonna try crawling up the hill. Bum, 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 bum. Unless maybe... Are those 3 guards or 2 guards? Yeah, we're gonna try crawling up the hill. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, we can't crawl up the hill. How do they want me to do this? Is there any possible way to climb the wall? I do not think so at all. Da 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 dun da dun. Is the guy... Give me this way. Oh, now I can't see very well. I wonder why that guard started to move. He was scheduled to. So, okay, if I crawl forwards, maybe I'll be under the sightline of a guard. Should I take this opportunity to go after the guard who turned his back? Could I SOCOM the guard looking to the right by the tree? I'm gonna use this opportunity to actually hide around the building, get a superior hiding spot. Oot. Stay crawling and stay facing threat. Ooh, ooh. I hope that I don't trigger anyone's vision cone. Oh no, they're just gonna tutorialize to me. There was no interesting decision to make there. Right. Tactical puzzle we gotta solve. Roger. It's so cute that he's called Roger. The names in here are strong. They're pretty strong. Oh no! Ah, they made him stand up, and I don't know if I wanted him to. Hit 30% at range, +3 black. They're not really spelling out what the vision cone could be looking like. No, no, wrong button. Damn, the Square and X mix-up got me there. That's what that was. Not being able to go backwards, these menus, is tripping me up. Left stick camera movement's also something I'm gonna have to get used to, but I'll get used to it. I might have wasted an action. What's this guy doing over, by the way? Is he coming back? I can't really tell. Oh my gosh. I didn't even know he was there. Okay, so he's gonna repeat that behavior, isn't he? No, yeah, go back. Go forwards 1. Face the wall. How do we flatten? Takes quite a bit of action to flatten, huh? Okay, now why exactly do I want to lure? Oh, I know what I need to do. This is not actually the best spot to be flattening. This is instead, and I might need to wait for him to move again. Oh, wait a second. Am I gonna get spotted by this guy? End. There we go. Now I want to knock, because I want the guard to be going clockwise around the building, not counter. I guess in turn and see what he does. I guess now we start slowly moving around the building. He didn't really react. Oops, wrong button. Whoa, now he's reacting. Bum, 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 bum. I wonder if flattening gives you... Oh, did make him go backwards that time. Oh, because you're spending points. I get it. That makes a lot more sense now. So yeah, let's see if we get more visibility from flattening, like in the real Metal Gears. What do we do about that guy? Oh. Oh, I just saw a box. There's interiors here. But I wouldn't be able to get in with the guard to the left of him looking in my path. I would like to know how combat works at this point. Actually, is the guard to the left so calmable? Or is he blocked by cover? Oh wait, I need to know what determines whether or not I get the SOCOM or not. Wait, what did that do? Oh, I see where I can hide. So if I knock on the wall to the left of him, he might turn his back enough for me to run up to him and choke him. If I was playing a real Metal Gear game. Let's see how this is. Now I need to get the heck away. Oh my. So I guess I'm gonna figure out how combat works right now. SOCOM, or like is there a melee? That might be what is needed right now. Must be adjacent to target. That kind of sounds like I am. Cannot use. I guess I'm not adjacent enough. No target. What do you mean no target? Oh, no, no. Do not end the turn. Back. Go move. Get off the wall. 10. Or what is that? Dead. I want whatever was in that room. So, how are we going to plan for what kind of combat options we have, right? Like, I feel very lucky that I managed to get a melee card. I also am not fully understanding the logic of how using the Genome Soldier card is super different from other movement commands. I'm gonna try to headshot this guy with the SOCOM from a the safest position I am seeing here, with Snake crawling for extra accuracy. Use, okay. No target. What do you mean no target? I see a target right there. How does this work? Eight. There we go. Hit chance is 24. I don't feel good about that number. Well, now I can't use the SOCOM, so how do I plan ahead for whether or not I'm gonna have a SOCOM at all? Both of them have their backs turned. Feels like, oops. Uh-oh. Whoa, whoa, what was the boo-boo-boop? Boom, 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 boom. We're using patience. It's a good thing that in this version of Metal Gear you can be patient just by mashing buttons and menus over and over again. I'm unsure whether or not he's actually going to spot me on his way back. Am I thinking about Metal Gear Solid 3 rules too much? Wait, no, 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 get down, get down, get down! Okay, so we have even emulated the panic of Snake not being in the same crawl move you want him to in an emergency. I'm continuing to end these turns until the guard repeats his patrol and comes back the other way, but now I'm starting to lose patience. Okay. No, let's end one more turn. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, I'll be right back. Yeah. pass to the gate to reach the cult. Yeah, but there was an extra. There was a tantalizing extra inside an interior. They are also now too far away to actually be moving. George's ending turns for nothing. What do you mean? They're too far away to actually be moving. I feel like I've seen them move a few times while being far away, but also it does seem like I am ending turns for nothing. Okay, you know what? Fine, I will move. 1, 2. You know what? Let's just move 1. You know what? Let's just move 2. I don't like that I have to move into this guy's... We're too close to him. Oh, you trade an opportunity to use the cards for an opportunity to move instead. Rest 0, 2. So rest is going to be determining how many cards I can play. And I kind of have to choose which weapons I want to use for the end of the turn, and use the weapons I don't want to use in the beginning of the turn, unless you get Genome Soldier. Still unsure what makes Genome Soldier so much better than regular ordinary thing. So you use what you don't think you'll need for your moves. Bum, 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 bum. Seven. MGS1 pack. Yeah, I did it. Right now there was more. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. This is what I would do if I was playing a Metal Gear Solid game. There we go. Okay, yeah, no, actually I'm not going to try more combat. I'm going to keep him alive. Rest 1 out of 2. Okay, so can I play one other card? I can't see. Is there anyone out there? Ah. I don't think so. I think I'm good. Five. Rest 1 out of 3. Oh, I should have used that in the beginning. I see. Oh, the Genome Soldier is a use. So the Genome Soldier is like a free use card that you play when you really don't care about what else is in your hand. They're expendable. I'm starting to get it, I think. I hope I didn't make the wrong move just now. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now what about these numbers here? 3, 8, and 4. Select will get rid of them. Thanks. 2, 12, and 4. Good thing the bodies disappear into thin air. I feel like they just got 2 turns, and I don't know why. I need to move, I need to move, I really need to move, please. What's going on? Why are they keep getting turns and I'm not? Oh my gosh, there is a fast forward button. Front to... What's the down? What do the arrows mean? Yeah, MGS1 pack. What I got in the other room. Okay, 11. Is that how much time I'm gonna have to wait for the guards to do their turn? So if I do more actions per turn, that means I'm giving the guards more time per turn? 4, 301. SOCOM might be useful here, but it would just be running around. Let's pick a safer route. Wait, there's a guy that way. I wonder if I can get in his little building. You know what we're doing? We're doing this. Let's use the SOCOM on him when his back's turned. Which means I'll use the grenade instead. Da-dun, da-dun, da. 2 out of 3. Okay, I should be able to play one more card. SOCOM. 90%, 15 times 4. I think that means 4 shots for 15 points, which is... Life is 40. Okay. So the target's life HP value is 40. We're going to shoot 4 times with 15 points, which means we're allowed to miss one. And we're liable to... We're going to hit 90% of all of them. Miss? What? Oh, okay, we're good. That was a close range shot. That was a close range kill for a firearm, too. I wonder how the accuracy values for these things are going to work. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I want what's in the house. 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. Let's end the turn and see what it does to those numbers. I was looking at the wrong number. Before I move out of the gate, I'm gonna check chat and see if anyone has any useful tips for me as I, Oh, oopsie boopsie! I didn't mean to stand. If anyone has any useful tips for me as I am figuring this out. See that door? Not you. They're also not giving me as many cards per hand now. Oh, there's probably a discard pile or something that I'm burning through by taking so many turns to do this so patiently. Deck reload. Oh, did I just waste that because I don't have cards with which to use actions? Does moving with the card put it back into your hand at some point eventually? Because I'm not seeing the SOCOM pop up like it used to. Did I use my one and only opportunity for a SOCOM? Is that how they actually determine what your, like, equipment or loadout equivalent is like in this game? Okay, now if I flatten against this wall and wait for him to come around, I'll totally have an opportunity to bop him or something, shouldn't I? Alright, let's see how this works. We got the high frequency blade back. I just got 4 cost and then it went back to 0. Oops. Oops! That was a wrong button press. That's fine. I'll use the high frequency blade. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't move with the high frequency blade. I have 3 out of 3. Okay. Oh, the spin kick. That might be fun. Ball adjacent. How many squares can I actually move? Not a lot. Wait, I might be able to keep him alive. Yeah, I'm gonna exploit this, actually. I don't have to kill him after all. His friend has his back turned. I can minimize casualties on my way through here. Follow my path, right? Yeah. How long is he gonna... Oh my gosh, he's right back. Okay, well that's fine. I'll use this opportunity to learn how to play the game better. I'm actually really glad he didn't see me do that. End. Do not knock. This feels suspenseful. That's neat. There we go. No, he's not going to hear this, is he? What is an MGS1 pack? Am I wasting turns again? No. There is some kind of routine he's going through. Go. We're going for the gate now, and I'm gonna look at the Twitch chat when I'm right at the threshold of leaving. Hey, there might be something inside the truck. Oh, it's not open enough for me. Want to test that? Yeah, I think I'm ready to just walk out. Okay, Twitch chat, what have I been messing up? I would put a grenade in his mouth and run away. I'd use the -4 cost. I don't know how this works yet, Token. I'm sure I would use the -4 cost too if I knew what that means. I don't think cost means what the first dictionary definition when you Google it on Webster might mean. Oh, I said white. The absolute first room where it's not holding your hand. But yeah, is this a concept that would have come up on its own, or did it need the existing Metal Gear Solid IP for them to do this? Ooh, excuse me. I don't think I have to kill those guys to progress. You want to be using the Genome Soldier as much as possible, but you don't use the Genome Soldier, you move the Genome Soldier. That's like the verb you're picking from your list. Here we are with not one but 2 card-based stealth SRPGs. Handles your world. Yeah! I miss that kind of creativity and energy facing the most popular, biggest game IPs, but honestly the current day indie landscape fills that hole fairly satisfactorily. The game will never ever tell you this, but you can do pop-out shots like in MGS2. Nice to know. Very nice to know. First wave booster pack. It's a booster pack that I might have gotten, an MGS1 pack? Doesn't seem to immediately affect your card count on the health bar, though. Oh my god! Okay, we might need to look at the manual. Yeah, we're gonna type into Google Metal Gear Acid manual, because I need to just see a little diagram of the heads-up display and what each little number corresponds in terms of each little game logic currency. The game will make a lot. Here we go. Here we go. This is how we manual. Need to zoom in, please. Thank you. The gameplay screen during a mission, just in case you're curious. Okay, yeah, life gauge. It doesn't say what his name is in the descriptions though, but name and life gauge. Cards in deck. Right, those aren't health points above his life gauge. Those are cards in deck. The remaining number of cards in the deck over the amounts of cards in a full deck. Is a deck a different concept from a full deck? Rest. Actually, number 3 is equipment display. Oh yeah, so I don't have to keep playing an equipment card to check what is currently equipped. That is nice. Situation window. Situation window. That's so cute. So from now on, these 3 numbers in the middle that I was concerned about, that's my my situation window. Yeah, there we go. We can get them in frame here. My situation window. Sir, what's your situation window reading, sir? We got a 232 and a 111. Snake. This is Snake. My situation window is reading 5113. Copy that, Snake. That's a go. Now that's a fine situation window if I ever saw one. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit. Situation window? Did you say situation friendo? Okay, situation window shows the player's life gauge. Oh! The current number of cards in hand. Oh, I actually needed to crop it into the stream. The current number of cards in hand, the current cost, and order. Cost is something I still got to figure out. So is order. Like what does this vocabulary refer to? Card window displays currently selected card. Yeah, I see. Cards in hand displays current hand. Now there are 3 different terms that popped up here. Hand, deck, and then full deck? Displays the remaining number of cards in the deck over the amount of cards in a full deck. When do we get our cards back? I only have 3 out of 30. Card use selection window is on number 7. Right. My situation window, that's a good term. That is a good game design term. When card to be used and how it will be used. This seems so smart. This is so clever. This feels like a Devolver spin-off of Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, yeah. If you want to your modern day indie game equivalent styles metaphors, this does feel like something a Devolver type publisher would get a kick out of. So cursor ball is on number 8. Right. Okay. Now, cost. There are 3 ways to get cards. Collect them from item boxes. Get them at the results screen. Purchase a card at gift shop. There. Okay. Oh, so punch. It sounds like I don't actually need a card to play a punch. Discard has a cost of 6. Wonder what the point of discard is. Characters who have appeared in previous Metal Gear titles. That's so cute! Whoa. Card reality determines the card's probability of appearance at a shop. Okay, let me reread that thing of the cost. Let me, oh wait, I didn't have it cropped in the window. There we go. And maybe I should, center this, not necessarily reset it, but center. There we go. A number in the upper right corner of each card indicates the amount of cost consumed when used. Actions that don't require cards also consume cost. Okay, so where's my current, my situation window? Shows the player's life gauge, the current number of cards, current cost. Life gauge, current number of cards in hand. Got it. That's the paperwork icon. Paperwork icon means the amount of cards you have. Of course. Okay, situation window, number of cards, current cost, and then order. The clock is the cost, time is cost, time is money, time costs cost. Now it makes sense. And order. Okay, so I guess the play button at the bottom is supposed to convey order. So we have 5 cards in play. We're going to spend 11 units of time performing the actions of the next turn. And I'm going to be going in order 3. You know what? I'll figure out more of it next mission, but I'm getting there. And I am kind of seeing the magic. This is so cute. This is adorable. And one thing that I think is so brilliant, it reminds me of when I played the board game version of Dark Souls. It's so fun enjoying your favorite video game in turn-based logic and seeing how a lot of the same tactics and strategy will still be at play in a turn-based environment versus a real-time. Think back to that Kriegspiel video and how I'm transitioning into real-time strategy games by introducing us with an 80s DOS game that basically used classic turn-based Kriegspiel principles, but automated the calculation for each turn faster or slower depending on whether or not you pressed the S key on your keyboard, to the point where playing it at what it would call fast speed kind of sort of feels like the normal speed of a real-time strategy game. So I've always talked about how wonderful it is getting into high-level Metal Gear Solid challenges on the hard, extreme, European extreme end of the spectrum, about how you do kind of get into a habit that a turn-based style gameplay pacing, where you bring up the equipment menu, look at what Snake's got in his hand and his belt of tricks, like, yeah, you can think of Batman thinking about what's on his utility belt in the millisecond of thinking time it takes to think up a plan. when you're scrolling through this menu in Metal Gear Solid picking something out. And if you accidentally press the wrong trigger, there's a bit of an input buffer before you can release your thumb and press the other menu button to bring up the different menu. If you pick the wrong one, there's a sort of like panic involved where you might be able to move Snake out of the way of danger for a few frames before bringing the menu back up. But when the menu's up, you stop and think. You think about how the next 30, 60, 200, 300 frames are gonna go. Yeah, let's say in the next 3 to 4 seconds feels like what you are shopping around to do when you bring your weapons and equipment menu up in a Metal Gear Solid game for 8 to 9 seconds. This feels like it was designed by someone who really got into those European Extreme super duper hard mode challenges and wanted to convey the same logic in a different format that might make more sense to the mainstay of the Metal Gear audience. This is so cute. I love it. I love it. Yeah, the flow is starting to come together. The ATB in reverse. You go into time debt. The clock is how long to wait before you move. Oh, and so that's how they like force you to simulate patience. I don't. We'll figure it out. But deck reload is reshuffling the deck. It hits you at 10 cost. Blessed manual. Yeah, now that I've seen the manual, it's really clicking. I haven't seen a manual in a long time. Batman's card build. I always picture Snake reaching into his pockets whenever you open the inventory window. I always pictured utility belt. Like, you know, he's covered in gizmos and gadget pouches, right? there's a extra mechanic in Death Stranding where you can customize your character's pouches. There's a character in Death Stranding who constantly talks about pouches and how back in the day we all had all sorts of pouches. And Hideo Kojima was going through a tactical Westaboo phase for like 25 years right in front of all of us. And you know how big those guys are on vests full of hidden pouches. There's even a little dialogue quip about it, about how Meryl says women have more hiding places than men. Yeah, I picture Snake going through pouches. Like those items are strapped to some kind of pouch, and he's thinking about where the micro movement of his hands are gonna go in the middle of the panic and the action. Whatever visual you have had in your head about what's going on when you open up the menu is like being explored in greater mechanical crunchy depth here, but with all the cute nostalgic referential iconography happening along the way. Like I'm playing the Genome Soldier card to walk forward in 3 spaces in a straight line. I also think that the deck that you currently have kind of sort of represents the equipment that he's coming in there with. I didn't really get a good sense of a loadout screen, but I did get a sense that Snake, before he went into the mission, decided to pack a SOCOM, a FAMAS, a sword, a couple grenades, and a claymore. Like sounds pretty normal for Snake, except for the whole sword part. That one seems like a weird Raiden referential Easter egg endgame thing happening on this tutorial mission. But this is... I'm getting it. That first cutscene was rough, though, and the way it tutorializes was kind of rough. But now that I've seen the manual and played one real sandboxy sort of mission, I'm getting it. Yeah. Bum 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 bum. I've also had the wrong window open this whole time. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I got 0 points? Okay, so that cost me 413 cost. What a currency. Imagine if the world unites in world peace and we all decide to adopt universal time and universal basic income and universal currency. And it's just every human language's noun equivalent of the concept cost. Imagine a world without money and only cost. Oh, me, oh my, what a day. Sorry for the microphone banging noises. Snake's iconic high frequency katana. Oh. What else have I missed before I get back into it? A world without money only cost. Hey George, when you get on the next map, you should hit the triangle button. Okay. Little tip from me to you. Thank you, Vexus Slider. I will hit the triangle button. The emulated, simulated, actually no, really the original hardware triangle button when I get back into the next. I just have to take a breather for a second. Fundraisers at 59,700. Holy cow. We're gonna head is swelling with excitement. Images by 5, one time only. Gathered cards. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Now these arrows are interesting. Rear evade. Rear 50%. Up to you. Evade attacks from the rear. So does the REA number mean chance to rear evade? REA 50%. Let's look at the manual. I don't think I can control F. I don't need to look at the manual. I'll figure it out. I got the basics. I don't got the basics, but I'm enjoying experiencing the learning curve. Endure reduces damage by 60%. So did those packs have 3 cards in them? Fox, die, attack, hit, yeah, 40. User collapses after 20 cost? What? Not affect explosives and universal attacks. Oh, there's lore. Oh, and stupid quotes that aren't. Why do Japanese games keep doing this? They have like some kind of in-universe quote that's really not as profound as what citing quotes really looks like. I guess it's supposed to be some kind of memorable line of vocal delivery that people like to associate with the actor and the character. Maybe that's what I think of this quote. Yeah, not yet, Snake. It's not over yet. I don't think. When I think of Liquid Snake and definitive quotes associated with that character, I think of "You enjoy the killing." Attaches to weapon. That's interesting. Cannot be applied to movement. That is fine. Handy first aid kit as opposed to a regular first aid kit. Clear bonus. Next, I guess. Boy, Snake looks like a teenager in this one. This is Teenage Snake. Roger, can you hear me? Situation A. Okay. I need to take another look at cost again. I'm having a hard time conceptualizing, visualizing cost. What does cost look like? Cost. The cost of actions performed with cards or by other means is added up during a character's turn. An action's cost measures the amount of time consumed. An action's cost measures the amount of time to perform it. The larger an action is, the larger it costs. The number in the upper right corner indicates the amount of cost. Okay, so he's saying that the time added up. It took too much time. The hostage situation is getting more dire with how much time added up. I guess that's how I'll interpret that sentence. Got it. Got it. Roger that. Gary Murray. Well, look at that artwork. This looks like it was drawn by all this artwork. I'm getting the vibes that these weren't drawn by a man. Oh, there's even like a little sweat drop on his cheek. Name's Gary Murray. What the hell's going on over here? These soldiers just swarmed us all of a sudden, and the next thing I knew, we were thrown into the residential quarters and treated like dirt. I was in charge of quarantine and disease prevention for test animals here, and that's all. They interrogated me about the actual research. I don't even know anything. Hurry, you've got, hell, me, enemy soldiers are patrolling as we they're going to kill me. This damn radio is Brock. I hear you, Gary, just calm down. Where are you? I'm cracking myself up tonight. Fleming. You know about Fleming. You know about phlegm. Oh no! Is this the hijacked gas plane? He definitely doesn't look like the stereotypical American president. I can dig it. Maybe we need Santa Claus to be president right now these days. So, okay, we're not necessarily saving America. We're saving the concept of democracy in the sense that we're saving a important presidential candidate from getting assassinated before the election. And I think how subconscious and intentional are the Santa Claus associations I'm having with his looks? It's easy to feel like this guy would be worth the heroic capture or rescue attempt, right? Oh, I accidentally skipped that. I need to press circle, not X. But yeah, I really am not feeling the magic when it comes to the story, though. When it comes to the game design, I was giggling. Okay, I don't know. This is a little interesting, at least. Dolls can't talk. So, I'm wondering how supernatural they're gonna get about whoever the puppet master is. Like, are they using psychic powers, or are they just using smoke and mirror visual illusions? Bum bum bum. Okay, maybe this wasn't T-rated after all. My god, the pixels. Oh! I was about to mention that there was input lag, but I was really just kind of mimicking the tutorial motions as it did, but at a different speed, as the demo was scripted to make them move up and down, but to a different speed. Woo! I feel like I am kind of seeing a prototypical Peace Walker aesthetic with all this Black rectangles on beige background. Deck editor, we got 30 out of 30, but I did pick up some extras. Concentrate. Oh! Is there any way I can go to a clean slate and customize the whole deck from scratch? So I'll really know what I'm going into the next mission with. Really know intimately, that is, what I'm going into the next mission with. Alright, what's left? There's one more left somewhere. Here it is. Okay. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, number 135. We have 3 of those, so we want as many of those as possible. The next generation of... They've undergone gene therapy and VR training, but have little or no actual combat experience. Huh. There's no jokes about how incompetent they really are. The stormtroopers of the Metal Gear Solid universe. This sounds useful. That sounds very useful. Token was talking about that one. So that just makes... I guess that just makes Snake go into super bullet time mode and save a bunch of time with whatever actions you're going to do at a higher speed than usual. Handy first aid kit. I haven't had any allies yet. Let's not bring that one. Boom, boom. I think I'll sacrifice these front evades if I need to later. Product name. Whenever I need to stop my bleeding, I always rely on Bandage brand bandages. My name's George Weedman, and I always rely on Bandage brand bandages. Boop, boop. Well, we're almost at half our capacity is full. So I guess the more cards you bring in, the more likely they'll show up in your hand. So maybe I need to adjust my... Yeah, we can sacrifice one of these front evades for something more useful. I don't think the scope's going to be very useful. Adds feint effect to weapon. Attaches to weapon. And fall. Wait, is it adds feint effect to weapon? Is the fall effect feint, or does it make the guard feint? Boom, boom, boom. That came in useful. Oh yeah, I definitely want to use this for my stealthy, sneaky headshots. Concentrate. I'm gonna assume they mean aim is the word I think is missing from the verb here. Concentrate on aiming. Hit goes up 40%. Cost, aim, time increases, but accuracy. I think I'm tempted to bring the scope. There might be some kind of situation where it could arise. And I guess if you don't have the equipment you need for the current situation, what you want to do is like weigh how smart it would be to just sit there and wait and play the odds for it eventually showing up in your deck, right? Boom, boom. It would be a semi-random variable, and those are accounted for with time. Okay. Okay, let me go over this one more time. The likelihood of me getting a silenced pistol is high. The likelihood of me getting a FAMAS, a grenade, is low. Stun grenade's medium. Claymore is low. Concentrate low, low, low. The sword is low, low. I would like to get more swords. That was useful. Aha! And the chance of getting a box is going to be medium. Same thing with the ration. Maybe I can sacrifice a ration for something else. And the chance of me getting a genome soldier is going to be high. I am worried about sacrificing some of those evasion techniques. Constructs the best deck automatically. That sounds subjective. I hope there's not a big long cutscene before this one. Level 2! How long have I been streaming? I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. The weight being spent on your actions? Come on, the manual said time. Is it stamina? I mean, if you do something that costs a lot of stamina, don't you gotta rest for a second, catch your breath when you're done? That's the usual game logic sacrifice. Is it better to think of it as time or stamina? I'm gonna still go with time. Diminishes as time passes. They even use a clock icon to convey it. The situation windows. Yeah. Alright, now let's look around with this beautiful camera tilting controls. Okay, I'm already... Oh, 24 out of 30. That's because I have 5. Or I guess I have 1, 2, 3... Yeah, I have 6. 6 out of my 30 cards are in my hand in front of me. We don't have a genome soldier. Oh, wait, yes we do. Okay, we got 6 cards. We've spent no time on this, and we're going to be the first to move. That's what the situation window is reading, Colonel. Reduces current cost by 4. Okay, so I should actually play that later, like after making the move. Can I take him out non-lethally? Let's try experimenting. No, no. Oh, rest. I screwed up. I forgot about the rest thing. I thought I could play more cards, but I'm out of rest. Oh, thank God he walked that way. Uh-oh. Surveillance camera. Look at this Rube Goldberg stuff going on! Maybe. I actually don't know if it is Rube Goldberg stuff going on. Concentrate. Yeah, let's concentrate. Not equip. Why not? Attaches to weapon. If I use the weapon, attack, hit chances 9. No, we won't be killing guards right away, actually. Let's be a little smarter than that. 3. I can move 3 squares. Is it because I'm standing? I wonder what determines how much rest I get. I also am digging the music too. Looks like I'll be covered visually if I crawl. It's really conveying the efficiency of movement that Metal Gear Solid 2 um, is so enthusiastic about showing off. Hey, can I actually collect this and then go backwards? Right, so the control... Oh, I can't. The controls of Metal Gear Solid 2 are very satisfyingly responsive and slick. The animations are all tuned to run at a nice, smooth, ludic 60 frames per second. Oh no, am I standing? Why am I standing? I don't remember picking that from my verb list. Oh no, I'm standing. At least that guy decided to turn his back away from me. Okay, we're gonna spend 7 milliseconds doing this stuff. I want to keep that in my deck for now. I don't know if I'll be able to climb over this. Maybe I'm supposed to melee the guard in the hallway to the east. I think I would like to SOCOM this guard. No, no, no. I think I would like to sneak through non-lethally. How do I handle the cameras, though? Yeah, I don't really think there's enough systemic dynamism going on to fairly compare Metal Gear Solid's a Metal Gear Solid simulation to a Rube Goldberg machine, but the visual complexity of seeing all the guards move around in their little Pac-Man circles. Uh-oh. Okay, no, I think I'm good. Okay, now what happens from waiting here? I think now is actually the time I need to be using something like the spin kick, so I'm kind of seeking the current cost. Alright, I got this. I'll use the cost saving card to make sure I do this right. Oh, I can only play one more card? Oops, wrong button. Not use. Oh no, it's because I forgot to get up after using the last one. Let's see if this saves my butt. It really didn't. If I shoot him in front of the camera, are his friends gonna notice? Stand. Attacks for 60, adds fall, adjacent to target to... Okay. Dead? That killed him? I didn't... Okay. There's a giant blood stain right under the camera's field of view. See what this does. Did I miss? I did not. Oh, there's another one. What is its target? What is the attack range here? Oh, someone suggested I press triangle. Is this the zoom out? Is that why? Tactical zoom out? More camera controls. Nice, thank you. Very useful. Wish I had known. Alright, I guess we'll slowly approach the next camera. It's a shame we can't shoot from, ground. Oops. The 42% chance of working. I hit it for 20. I didn't see how much health points that thing had. How do you do non-lethal CQC and such? How am I going to preview what's in this room before I go in? Actually, I should save up on cost before going in. That would be smart, wouldn't it? I only have 6 cards left in my deck. How does that work? 1, 2, 4. Do, 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 do. Hello. Can play one more. I should use it for evasion more than anything else. Oh, the camera's covering a pack, and I really might need a pack the way things are going. Should I go for the pack or save my SOCOM cards and avoid the camera? Is there a way I can have both? The cards are at 2 out of 30. The soldier has only 1 card in his hand. I wonder what that works. I guess it's just move? I want that booster pack. Yeah. I see a crawl space down there. Oh! Okay, that's fine. We have a plan. I have a plan. That was the plan. It is weird how he didn't stand much of a chance, though, even though I did accidentally walk into what I have now learned it was his sightline. But yeah, seeing the kind of moves that I guess you pull off in the heat of the moment like this would make you kind of feel like you're witnessing what a master level European extreme, no life, no wife, Metal Gear Solid savant would be playing like if it were sped up to real time. I don't know why more tactical games don't show you what a real-time sped-up version of the fight would look like. Because that is what your imagination is playing with when you play games like this, right? What kind of rating are they going to give me for that? I killed 2 people, one of them accidentally, the other one on purpose in an emergency. Other than that, though, it was pretty clean sneaking, and good luck with the dice rolls of the second camera I shot out. Gary is to your north. Okay. Came down this hallway. The left would be safer. Now, what did they say? It's the western hallway. We're pointed north. Oops. Still not quite fully comfortable with the controls. Yeah, the forwards and back buttons are backwards from where my America brain usually puts them. Just in case he goes around the corner, I wanted to put the box on. He's not going to go around the corner, though, I'm pretty darn sure. So let's find out how the box rules work in this game. Oh, it's like equipment, okay. I wish I could get some cool first-person views or something. Or a nice wall cam press. You know, when you press against the wall and the camera goes down, and that's how you know you're playing Metal Gear Solid instead of Metal Gear Normal. I'm gonna try to get my SOCOM back. No SOCOM. Oh wait, isn't there a discard button somewhere? Equip, move. Oh, that's definitely not the discard button. Not it. I want to get... Oh, discard! There it was. It was that menu. I want to get a new hand. I don't like my hand. Thank you, SOCOM. Perfect. So I guess discarding costs time. Something like that. Alright, I have the scope equipped. 85% chance. Nice. The guard's going to be watching this, though. I'm curious to see if the guard reacts. Oh, is that another guard down the hallway? 20? Do they have 20 health or 10 health? There's really not a good way to get a good look down that hallway. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Did they make a tabletop simulator of the Metal Gear Solid board game yet? Because this really makes me want to play the Metal Gear Solid board game. Didn't I read something about how they simulate plot twists? Like, there's some kind of, endgame mechanism for surprisingly backstabbing your friends playing the game with you or something like that? Okay, select 2 cards from your hand. You can only discard 2. That explains something that just happened. Then draw 2 cards. It costs 6 seconds of time. Let's just say seconds. Oops. Okay. Ah, that's still kind of a useless hand. Wait, I could maybe, spin kick him. I can't believe this thing kills people dead. It does not look like it should be doing that. Punch. I gotta experiment with that at some point. So, how come with this I'm not getting the same damage readouts I would with the SOCOM, where it gives you like your accuracy and how much health point the enemy has? It attacks for 60 points, but I don't know how much this guy has. 72. Okay, it attacked for 72 instead of 60. I guess I got a good dice roll or something. Is that camera guarding anything important, or is it just there to give me a spook? I guess it's there for spooks. Camera's there for spooks. Guess it's there for spooks. So we get an opportunity to peek inside and then run back out if we don't like what we see. I guess you go into rooms with an extra point of rest in case you need to move out of the way of whatever might be behind the door. Oh, I didn't see that before going in. Roger. Or can disable it. Yeah, the translation is rough too. I think that means it's looking my way. So Roger wants me to sneak past. Roger is a good name for your Metal Gear Solid radio buddy. That is a really good name. How the turn order is kind of screwing me up here. When do I get my opportunity to slip by? Not now. He's not looking the right way. Okay, I can play 2 cards. This turn. Okay, let's do this to play 3 cards next turn. And then when I make my moves, I'll reduce my costs and hopefully get another... Is that how this is gonna work? 9. Okay, now let's play one of these. That'll go down to 5. Uh-oh. Oh! Okay, so yeah, the turn order on that guy is 2. I'm going now. Bump, bump, bump. Bump, bump. I could just like use this to keep stacking the turn advantage. Okay, now I'm at turn number 4 and the robot's at turn number 5. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm not quite sure I get it still. But I am getting it. Take a cautionary move. But I can play 3 cards. Where do I want to go? Move 1 square down that away. Oh, the door. I want to go north though, don't I? It looks like that's where the level designer's putting the focal point of my intuitive, objective-seeking visual eyeball path. Okay, I get 3 cards to play. One of them's Genome. Go to the other side. I'll be moving before the robot. Maybe the robot won't detect me if I'm wearing the cardboard box if it spots me. Wait, is a grenade armor piercing? I think if it was, it would clarify. Oh, cool. Alright. So you get a little fan service clip. Hope the robot doesn't go counterclockwise. Let's not burn a turn waiting for it. Let's burn a turn waiting for it. Oh, thank you. Okay, can I actually go now? Stun grenade, cardboard box. I wonder if I'm too close to this robot for comfort. Oh, we're good. Move. Oh no, is this not the goal? Probably not the goal. What? Quick death. Return to intermission. Okay. Following is a briefing on extra mission. Once you've completed the mission after the office, selecting the same map will unlock extra mission. Completing the assigned mission extra missions can be played as many times as you wish. Use them to your advantage. This concludes the briefing of extra mission. Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. This is good. This is a good game. I played for almost 2 hours. But wait, I don't think OBS would say that. Ah. Drop the mic for a second. Okay, yeah, Twitch chat, what just happened? Liquid is fucking if it were stunned, it'd be usable. It was Fox die? Liquid's signature move dying? I just pushed it over and ran away. Can you actually push it over and ran away? Roger, like Zero, just sounds like a spy name. Anyone hearing you saying Roger out loud will think, who are you talking to? Just like saying something stupid like Roger, Roger. I love Gumby looking robots. This is so cute. Everyone's having such a good time. They found two pictures on the same page showing how line of sight rules. They contradict each other. The physical thing. The board game, I only got up to the Meryl encounter in the board game. Oh, the Metal Gear Solid board game is actually on Tabletop Simulator Workshop. Ah! Oh man, that gives me some great ideas. Liquid signature move dying. Sudden fatal heart attack. That's funny. That's... I did not pay enough attention to the flavor text. I did not interpret the little fan service movie as smoothly as maybe I should. Also, this is going to go by way faster this time. This really is giving me win-back covert operations vibes. It's like... That game is like Dollar Store Metal Gear Solid. We have Metal Gear Solid at home. Except they accidentally invented one of several proto Gears of Wars. Yeah, no one ever includes win-back covert operation in the lineage of Kill Dot Switch turning into Kill Dot Switch and Resident Evil 4 combining into Gears of War. Even the music sounds like win-back covert operations, but maybe that's just because that's what the vibe win-back covert operations was going for, Dollar Store Metal Gear music. Do 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 do. Hey, maybe I should have saved this for the camera. Oh no, I think he still has a point of health. Oh no, he doesn't. Dead! That's funny. Dead! How do we handle cameras when we don't have guns? Also, I guess I know what... Let me take a look at this again. Raises stats. User collapses after 20 cost. Does not affect explosives in universal. Okay, so I guess you gotta make sure you don't get your cost up to 20 for the turn. Is that how it works? We'll find out next time when I know it's safe to experiment. For now, Liquid's going in the movement trash. You throw what you don't want into the movement trash to help you move. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. We're gonna sort through Snake's pockets a bit while he finds the sword and the time clock. I still need to discard some of those. No! You know, a scope might be useful. Yeah, there we go, finally. Don't tell me. I'm just thinking out loud because when I learn the solution, I want to feel a little surprised. But what other tools do you use for cameras in this game besides SOCOMing that? Bum, bum, bum. Was there a Metal Gear Solid 1 pack in this room that I might be missing? Also, how long does this card last for? Using 3 cards per turn sounds pretty overpowering. Certainly it'll come at a cost. Yes, there was a Metal Gear Solid 1 pack in this room. Hey, I can stand here. Oops. I forgot to stand here. Oops, I forgot to stand again. It's gonna take me a while to relearn these controls. And by relearn, I mean learn, because I never have played this. I also haven't played a lot of games like this in this format. Tactical games on console. Ah, that's not true. I've played a shitload of Fire Emblems. And I also really got into Final Fantasy Tactics last year. I don't want to use those cards just yet. I keep them in my hand. What is the camera vision range? Am I getting it? This looks so much more efficient than last time, but I'm still not quite fully on the same page with all the game's rules yet. Thank you. It's like I almost predicted it. 80%. Ah, I still didn't look how much health it has. Until it was 24. I'll put one block of distance between me and whatever that guard's vision range might just be, just in case. And I bet I can climb over these. I'm gonna try boxing past him. I can't. Man, is that right? Punched card. Do. Oh. Okay. Go through the sneaking room. Oh, what's interesting is that the waiting time gives you an opportunity to discard cards you don't want and reshuffle your hands. So they're like there's something to do while you're standing around waiting for the guards to go through their routine. Can I flatten? Guess not. Or maybe I could experiment with that punch verb. This will work, right? 89. I'm not gonna do it, but it's good to know that's how that works. Give me the box. Give me the box. I want the box. Oh. Give me the box. Box. Come on, come on, don't spot me. Yes. How long does this last? How do you take a box off once you have a box on? Come to think of it, I might not even really need to be boxing right. That's how you unequip a box. Okay. Flattening might actually work better because it looked like a bit of my box was poking out of the little pie chart visibility cone that he might be walking up to this wall with. And I have plenty of melee. No, I don't. Okay, let's discard some stuff until I get my melee back. Uh-oh. Not what I expected at all. Interesting that he decided to turn his back and run away instead of And he also did radio something in, it looked. Oh, that must be what happened. Well, I'm definitely going to lose ranking for that. How come I'm not getting these opportunities to use the -4 like I've been wanting to? I guess because I still haven't fully understood how exactly they simulate time in this system. Oh man, did I just skip it again? Go to the west side. Right. I hope reinforcements aren't going to be coming in. I hope there's nothing cool that I'd be missing on the east side. Can you, strafe, you know, slide from slide to side when you're flattened? What happens if I try to move while flat? Alright, we're gonna equip for some cool shoulder shooting. Dun dun dun. Now, when this thing says attach the weapon, right, I want to be concentrating on aiming. Cost at time use +4, effect lasts. Attaches to weapon, equip type only. Is the SOCOM not an equip type weapon? Yeah. And now that I have the scope equipped, 35%, he's still not close enough. Oh yeah, we're getting it. We're figuring it out. Oops. Can I discard only one? Like 2 cards. Ugh, look at that localization text. Nah. That's the camera noise. So this time I'm going east. Hey! The door didn't close behind me. Oh my god, this is the second time this has happened this turn, this match, this whatever. Okay, I still have the SOCOM. I don't have the scope equipped. I wonder why they're not more aggressive. It's like a 1v3 here. I might need to put the box on. Yeah, let's keep the box. Let's even keep the FAMAS. Effect lasts for 10 turns. Okay, let's keep that. There we go. I think these time costs are more like a half a second than a full second. I can imagine this stuff happening in not 7 seconds, but maybe 3.5. So like right now I have time to spend. I might want to keep my melees, so let's just sit and wait and shuffle through our cards while waiting for the guard to move. Also, those camera movements are really satisfying. And the music is really good. I have a feeling like this guy's not going to turn around next turn. Let's keep the sword. I wonder how much of a search that guy's going to be putting up. And so I guess using the time subtraction cards now will be useful for making sure that I stay ahead of this guard in terms of total cumulative turn order that I'm up against him with. I don't know if I explained that right. Am I moving slower in the box? Nice, I think I'm good. That did not go as... That sure was faster than the first time, but not as elegant. Which, come to think of it, does nicely match up with how replaying Metal Gear Solid Metal Gear Solid rooms tend to go. Oh, listen to this, 80s television murder mystery music. Where the hell did he go? Listen to this Angelo Badminton-Teeny score. His artwork is so thirsty. So, Metal Gear Solid's penchant for long-winded storytelling really is a curse, because when you're playing the games that don't have the greatest story, it is kind of a pain sitting through these things. I wasn't getting that vibe with Ghost Babel, even though it did have the dollar store Metal Gear Solid vibe going to it. It had some energy, some passion, some soul, but this is striking me similarly to Metal Gear Mobile, in terms of how weak this story really does seem to be coming across so far. Fleming's assembly room? Right. Gary, stay tight here if you want to survive. I'll come get you when my mission is over. Please hurry. Oh, wait, are we not done? Mission change. Escape to the east exit and head for the residential quarters. Wow. Okay, so unlike Peace Walker and I'm presuming Pops, your mission objectives will change suddenly mid-mission. Neat. I can only play 2 more of these. I don't want one of them. Are there any MGS1 packs here? Oh my goodness. Do we have to re-sneak out the previous area we just snuck through once before? Is this a stupid idea? I have no cards in my hand. I'm getting a fresh hand. Bump, bump, bump. Bump, bump, bump. Don't see any obvious shortcuts. He just put a scope on my fist. The acid is kicking in. I'm catching up with chat right now. There's some cute messages. Use the D-pad after hitting triangle is game changing. Okay. Ow! Oh! Oh my god! Look at this. The game has changed. It was literally game changing. Okay, well, fighting for visibility isn't so tough anymore. It was an interesting struggle while it lasted, but I can make do. I'm having fun. It's not the greatest game in the world, but I'm having fun. I mean, I don't know if anyone will be that offended by me saying Metal Gear Acid might not be the best game in the world, but is really cute and funny and fun. I wish the story was funny. It seems like they're trying to be too serious for what we're looking at. It's funny because it does seem more cartoony, what with the villain being like doll puppet things. But at the same time, it was a pretty horrifying introduction. There was like blood when you saw the pilots slain in the cockpit. And then there's this hostage scene where Snake is like pointing his gun at the hostage accidentally. It seems like things are a little more intense than the turn-based absurdity would suggest, but also that the kind of sort of toyetic, right, it looks like a Gumby robot, that the kind of sort of kid-friendly, toy-looking aesthetics are given across as well. And Metal Gear Solid can be cute and fun and funny. Metal Gear Solid 3 certainly absolutely is that. Maybe I should take this box off and save the other one in my hand for later. Okay, so Genome is actually making me move a little faster. I wonder why that wasn't the case earlier when I was first counting that stuff out. Uh-oh. Let me think about this a little harder. Is there any way to do this non-lethally? No, crossfire. No, we'll save it for the last guy. I don't like the idea of his friend coming in to help him out if the punch does not work out and however I'm expecting it to. Now is not the time to be experiment. Good thing he didn't hear that, or see that, or smell that. I mean, there might have even been a bit of a vibration on the floor that he didn't feel. Yeah, chances still aren't good enough. I'm gonna use the stun grenade and follow it up with the punch next turn. Oh wait, no, there's gonna be, I saw on the demo, you actually have to wait a while. After throwing a grenade, it's not that simple. It's not gonna blow up right away, it's gonna blow up in like a while. So I have to be a little more predictive. Or I could just slip out and dun my way out of here. Ah! Okay, I have the sword, right? How come he's before me in the turn order? Maybe I should just run away. I got 3 to 3. I have a genome. Let's try it. I think I can get out of here before the end of my turn, and that should count as a victory, right? Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. You have proven your infiltration skills. There's no. Oh, what? That's the second time I've ever seen that, and it always flashes away before I can read it. Not found. Speedy. Speedy. Really? Okay, I'm so sorry for the disappointing rank. Item, character. Ooh. Ooh. Good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Ooh. There's a sniper wolf. Sounds good. What are these clear bonuses? Kind of unclear what those clear bonuses might be. I cannot imagine David Hayter saying that. Santa Claus. So, I am grateful that there is no voice acting in this game for at least this part. I would not be able to stomach whatever kind of voice, I am sure that the Japanese vocal director would give these shrill baby people is what they would sound like. It is weird hearing contact the White House after that. Explain the situation to the best of your ability. That's, encouraging. Yay!
New weapons, new items. We'll support you with a variety we're proud of. It is PPSSPP 1 pack. Stun grenades to knock enemies unconscious, and a cardboard box to fool their eyes. Check out the card shop during intermission.
Was that just like completely out of universe or out of character? Card shop. Okay. That was very jarring. That was pretty jarring. But yeah, let's buy those before playing Lifeless Dead. Gunshot costed. Okay. And then let's save. This is neat. How do I get the menu up? That's how. And save state. Yeah. This is neat. This is neat. I really enjoyed this. What sort of chat messages did I miss? That was Konami talking to you directly. Oh, right. Huh? A little bit. Wow. So I'm definitely not the only one who thought that just came out of freaking nowhere. But yeah, it was also advertising a heavily random element that is referencing a real-life psychological game design racket of, like, trading card booster pack stuff. Read all his lines in the Aladdin Sultan. Egregious Fecker, this is not a Kojima game, and you can kind of tell. You can definitely tell. Totally imagine Kojima smoking broccoli. Kojima was not smoking broccoli for this one. That's like some other Kojima games. Maybe someday we'll play Penguin Adventure. But I'm thinking of definitely giving this one another look next week. I don't want to say this is my favorite. I'm definitely enjoying this more than Metal Gear Mobile. But the spin-offs of Metal Gear are so good that just like comparing it to the most disappointing, boring... I even think Metal Gear Mobile was outsourced to Westerners. Metal Gear Mobile's on a different league than this. This is good. This is actually good. Metal Gear Mobile was garbage. Let's say, are we gonna play Metal Gear Touch at some point? But yeah, as far as non-Kojima Metal Gear spin-offs go, this is very unconventional, so it feels like the comparisons aren't exactly fair even. But they're all usually good. I mean, Metal Gear Revengeance is one of the all-time greatest evers. What else do we got? There's Ghost Babby. Metal Gear Solid Ghost Babby was one of the all-time good ones. For whatever it was worth, and I still haven't really seriously played it and taken a look at it, I've heard that if you are open-minded and don't have some weird never be game over grudge in your heart, Metal Gear Survive's not supposed to be bad. Touch the Metal Gear. Was it ever played? Metal Gear Touch, right, the IO. I think you can emulate it, the iOS, like, first, second gen iPhone Metal Gear Solid spinoff. The spinoffs are usually good. They're usually a sure bet, and it's nice to see that that is still the case here. Oh yeah, Portable Ops. That's not a Kojima Metal Gear. There are a few. There are a few Kojima Metal Gears, and I think what a lot of what the marketing might have fooled a lot of more normie gamers into believing that is if there's no difference between a Metal Gear game and a Kojima game. But I've never really heard your opinion on Zone of the Enders and Anubis. Zone of the Enders, I thought was fun. Could you call that a Kojima game? He was a producer. I don't think he was as actively in control of that as so many other games that would have his name more stamped over the project. Although you can tell there is a touch. There's a certain kind of it's kind of like playing a Miyamoto game. You can feel it in your fingers. Kojima demands smooth, responsive controls, and those are not here. You can tell it in your fingers. If this was a Kojima game, there'd be wonderful, satisfying little blips whenever you press these buttons. The menus might kind of be a mess, but they would at least be a little more intuitive. Comparing this to Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, I think, really shows the the efficiency of how screen space is utilized, and more importantly, that the story, for as much time as it will take out of you, will also deliver at least a certain threshold of emotional intensity that's not really here either. This is still good. This is still good, but you can tell it's not a Kojima game and it's not one of the best. However, I have heard the fans say that Metal Gear Acid 2 is where the magic really begins. But I am feeling the magic, and it is so wonderful feeling the magic again. Oh. Ooh, I just gotta get my breath again for a bit. Oh, man, shivering. I've had such a busy weekend cleaning up all these leaks. But it's so weird how, the pacing of cleaning up the leaks kind of sort of weirdly correlates with the realization that a lot of the fundraiser efforts are going to come through after all. We're about to hit 60K, and I had an extremely, despite all of the cleaning up of the leaks, productive and exciting day. I was about to wrap things up, but there's some interesting things going on in chat here. I don't think of them as Kojimas, but maybe a little in Anubis. What do we mean by Anubis? Zone of the Enders 2 is called The Second Runner. What is Zone of the Ender Anubis? I might not be super familiar with that one. Is that some like new... Is that the VR spin-off one they made like 10 years after the main franchise? Zone of the Enders and Boktai were not directed by Kojima, but I think it still counts. Whereas something like Castlevania Lords of Shadows has his name as producer, but you do not feel his presence. So how do you quantify feeling the presence, though? Another thing that I think Kojima really does that you don't see in the non-Kojima games is, I mentioned making use of on-screen space a lot better. The tiny little writing on models in Metal Gear Solid 2 and Zone of the Enders is shared together. They both have really tight visual design where it felt like you could very clearly see exactly where the lines of the polygons on all the in-game geometry begin or end. And if there wasn't enough room to make the texture interesting, he'd somehow get the designer to figure out how to put tiny little unreadable text all over everything, just to keep the something interesting for the eyeball to be looking at as you're scanning across the frame, and your eyeballs are going to be glued to the main characters. But yeah, like having interesting backgrounds is not something the cutscenes here were interested in. If this was a Kojima game, you can tell this is not a Kojima game because that intro where it splashed the title on the screen was so lame and underwhelming. Like the cutscene. Very few games have as visible a mastery of a virtual camera as Kojima games do, and we are being thrown into the deep end of remembering what it's like to play a game that does not have a very solid understanding of virtual cameras, much less the artistry and subtlety of cinematic conveyance. Zonum is just zoned. Okay, Anum is the second one. You have to have that Kojima production. You have to have the name stamped all over it. Right, that's another thing. If this was a Kojima game, his name would be stamped all over it. And it's not. So that's how we can tell. The controls are not super duper precise and responsive and perfectly tuned to whatever frame rate the game's running at. The visual space on the screen is sometimes filled up with a lot of gunk, and your eyeballs are directed to certain numbers and places on the screen that aren't very elegantly composted with one another. And the cutscene direction is kind of amateur. The story direction also feels kind of amateur. And more importantly, Hideo Kojima's name is not stamped all over this thing. But it's still good. Don't take any of what I just said as like throwing it in the trash. This is This is one of the good non-Kojimas. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap things up here, and I just want to say thank you all from the bottom of my heart, for supporting me through these rough times and making sure, more importantly, in a weird way, that I can still have enough fun every now and then to keep stuff like these stupid bathroom leaks from getting me down. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's gonna be good. Acid One had a rough development. You can kind of tell that too. There's a lot of inspiration and passion, but it feels like there wasn't a lot of planning and time management. They were really excited to get this out, and maybe not very excited to do the boring paperwork around making, and the hours of minutiae of making sure it's all polished and tight and clean. But yeah, I think I will be picking this back up next week. Next week on another exciting episode of the Super Bunny Hop Metal Gear Monday Poverty Fight Streams.